Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Beautiful. How are you? What's up?
I am wrapped up in the biggest blanket burrito I can right now. And I think it is literally 45 degrees warmer here than it is there. Yeah, I didn't realize that Chicago was actually a tundra.
Yeah, welcome to the Midwest, motherfucker. We don't give a fuck about anything. It's hot as fuck in the summer and it's cold as fuck in the winter. Everyone's gonna die. Why do we live here?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
I prefer the PNW, where at least I know what to expect every season, which is sort of temperate, but mostly gray. So,
just a nice
yay.
oversheen of gray.
Yeah. But hi, welcome to Into the Climate Change. It's a good way to end 2017 and start 2018, because this is, when you're listening to this, the first episode of 2018.
Oh, shit.
Which is wild. So hi, welcome to the new year. Time isn't real. And hi, welcome
right
to my first crisis of the new year. I'm gonna slip into an existential crisis now as Cody freezes to death.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next 50 minutes of your life today.
How does it feel to know that it's so cold where you are, Cody, that climate change is obviously not real?
You know, I love how we don't delve into, like, political topics and, like, social issue topics.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because it is so freezing, obviously global warming is definitely not a thing.
Yeah.
Really.
That's just how logic works.
That's just the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just so glad that that's how the world
we can,
works.
Reach a consensus on here and everyone agrees and it's just fine.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
The planet's never been warm ever, and as far as I'm concerned, so clearly there is no warmth anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, what's a palm tree, right? Can you make a prediction of what you did to ring in the new year?
Either, or probably a combination of both. Very hungover.
Oh.
And also, watching the new season of Black Mirror.
That's very on brand, honestly.
It's good, yeah.
That's good. Good, I'm glad. I will... Well, there's two options. I'm going to make a responsible choice of going to bed before midnight.
Whoa.
But realistically, I will be nervous for fireworks and stay up until midnight and see any fireworks around me because I'll be very nervous about them and be tense because that's usually how I am.
Just
right.
In a constant state.
Yeah. Right at the new year and just be prepared and alive and on guard. And then 5 minutes after the new year, when everything is calmed down, then I will have already had my skincare prepped. And I'll be like, okay, everything is good. Then I always do my routine at the new year where I put my music player on shuffle. And the first song that plays is what my mood is for the year.
Oh boy. That's such a wild game.
I do that, and then I go to bed. And it's the best. Yeah.
I just feel like leaving the fates up to your music playlist is a wild move. Like, what if it's a sad fucking song?
Well, I love the idea of it. And it's like, I don't know. There's something to it. Letting the fates decide. I don't know. I love the chance of it. Mm. So, and there's something about finding the lyrics of that song, and I always end up returning to that song throughout the year. It's always been a routine of mine for the past couple of years that, I don't know. I kind of like the the spontaneity of it.
Cute.
And besides, if I don't like it, then I just say fuck it, and I don't return to it, and I
Like, that's not
pretend
real.
it didn't
That's
exist. Yeah, and
I
I
didn't
just
see
say,
it. I didn't see it.
say, oh, weird, Spotify, that was a song I was listening to last year. Let's just skip it to a new one. So let's chat about some current events for this new year, shall we?
Let's do it.
They talk about that week between Candle Nights 1 and Candle Nights 2 as liminal space, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's been a weird fucking week. And not much has been going on except for someone just pledging their love for Twilight. My favorite just title for all things. Rohan Nahar wrote the title, "In Defense of Twilight, Vampires Suck. This movie doesn't, so stop making fun of it." It had so much promise from that title alone.
Did it?
Well, I thought so. But when you actually read it, I don't feel like this person loved the movie. I feel like they, at some point, got a few of the references. I think that we mentioned when we were discussing a little bit that they got the Jane Austen bit. So that's good, if anything else. But it's just, there's a lot of references to other franchises going on, I would say. Yeah, I would just say that there's a lot going on in this article.
And, like, I get the whole, like, different franchises and stuff being relevant because, like, in a way, I guess that's kind of his point. It's, like, when like, people growing up and stuff, like, you picked, like, you were, like, a Harry Potter fan or a Twilight fan. Sometimes you were, like, a lot of different things. But, like, for a lot of people, it was, like, this was your ride or die thing or whatever. And it shaped you as a person or whatever. But, like, his point of being, like, man, it's just, like, people hating on the movies because they're so great is where it's wrong. Because the movies are fundamentally terrible.
Yes.
Regardless of, like, the cool, like, however people align themselves with it or, like, you know, make that part of their personality or... It's like, that doesn't mean they're not bad, you know?
Right. It was definitely an interesting piece to come out on Christmas Day. But I'm thankful for it, and I'm happy, and it was a treat to see all of these film stills from the actual first Twilight film again, of all of these young K-Stu and R-Pats. So I was very thankful for it, if nothing else, especially since our Google Daily Digest was just, are they, aren't they, of R-Pats and Emma Watson still after all this time.
Oh, come on.
It's the worst. It's like, why? I don't get it.
These screenshots really make me realize that the first movie was just Edward and Bella just looking at each other a lot, huh? Like, these are just 4 different photos of them looking at each other in different ways, in different places.
Catherine Hardwicke got off on it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
It was just a lot of Carter Burwell score underscoring the fact that they were just staring at each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but also, why?
That movie, if you pay attention close enough, is a one long staring contest. So,
yes.
Next time you watch it, pay attention.
You know, just
see who blinks
it.
first. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be Edward.
Well, all right, but it's about the journey. Maybe it's not about the destination.
2018. It's about the journey. It's about the slow burn.
Yeah. Hey, we're not the McElroy brothers. I don't think we're legally allowed to make up a name for the year. I think we might get sued.
I mean, you're right.
If we hop on their territory.
We did get one question this week. How likely do you think Jacob would be to take Nessie on a vacation to Scotland and the Loch Ness just for shits? Obviously, the Cullens have the means, so Nessie could just take a couple and have a rockin' spring break.
I do like the idea of them going to Scotland. I don't, however, think that the Cullens would ever pay for it.
Here's the thing about this. It couldn't just be Jacob and Nessie.
Right.
It would have to be the whole
endeavor. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And
like, yeah, let me ship off this fucking shitbag teen who's like in love with my newborn daughter.
Right.
Here, let's go to Scotland together. No, on my dime. Absolutely not.
Yeah, they would obviously have to buy like a personal plane to all go.
Yep.
And have like their family friends there and go, you know, because it would have to be kind of like a whole affair, not something that Jacob could just do on his own, because there's no way that Jacob could just go on his own. No, everybody would have to go at that point. And then it would be perfect because they could all then kind of split off and do their own things. But there's no way that Bella would go without her child.
Yeah.
And Edward doesn't trust Jacob to...
No one trusts Jacob.
No one trusts Jacob to be on his own. Yeah.
With a infant, with a baby.
Well, and
fresh
even
out
if
the
it
oven.
was something that she was older... Like,
yeah.
as an adolescent or even as an adult, I don't think that they would go on their own. I love the idea of Jacob being like, and this is your namesake, and then them all just, like, simultaneously smacking him upside the head.
No.
And Bella just, like, throwing him up, like, into the actual lock.
This is the beautiful beast in which you were named.
Yeah. I love the idea of that. That's kind of perfect to me.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah. I love the idea of her being called Nessie, personally.
Oh, Nessie.
Because I think it's cute.
It
but
is cute.
It's personally all Bella's fault. It's just like, who names a child the most convoluted name ever?
Yeah,
like,
that's
why
fair.
would you do that? But it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, would you like to talk about chapters 23 and 24 with me?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. As I mentioned last week, chapter 23 obviously had to be the best one out of all of these.
How did it live up to your expectation?
Well, you see.
Oh, that was a real roller coaster of emotions over there.
I didn't remember everything in this. Like, I knew that it started off with some sadness there.
Yeah.
Like, I remembered the book endings of this. Like, I knew it started off with Seth, and I knew it ended with the cottage bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the middle bits I knew were a little bit forgettable there.
Yeah.
It sort of lived up to what I remembered, which is fine. So it starts off with some really sad bits. This part in the movie is always like sad because they actually do the yelping, which always fucks me up with animals. Like, don't make them
stop.
Like, don't make them cry out in pain. Like, oh god, hurt a human, fine, but like,
yeah, Jesus,
don't
I
hurt
watch
an
a human
animal.
cry for days. An animal, never.
God, I was just watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy and they hurt a dog, and I was like, can you not do that? Like,
Hey, Shonda. Hey, Shonda. Fuck out of here with that.
There's a reason why there's like that website of like, does a dog die in this? Like,
oh no.
Like, I check that with like
for every movie
show
you
I
want to see.
Yo, listen. Okay.
Just gotta check my bases.
My mom and I, when I was in Disneyland, my freshman year of high school, not me, I had no choice in this. She made the mistake of taking us to Marley and Me on Christmas Day when we were stuck there. Your girl went to that in a white shirt when I had makeup on.
Oh, no.
Your girl did not come out of that in a white shirt. Let me tell you that.
Oh, what a terrible choice. Terrible.
I am still haunted by that. I came out and I was like, it's Christmas. I was, oh God, forever wrecked, let me just say. Anyway, Seth was hurt by Bella and Rude.
So basically Bella is canceled.
Yeah. Literally my problematic fave. Yeah, everyone's apologizing, as they should be.
Yeah.
Rude. I know that he's like fine, and also that he is has superpowers and everything, but also rude.
Also my son.
The audacity, truly.
Ugh.
It's just like, please don't. Anyway.
Please.
It's just despicable. We find out that vampires are poisonous to werewolves, and Bella makes this out to be like it's some fucking revelation. How?
Right, like Bella, where have you been?
How did you not know this, like, 2 years ago?
Did you think it was just like, oh man, they smell weird? That's so... God. Ugh. That's it.
Man, it's so wild that they're sworn enemies. Like,
yeah. Man, what is up with that? Are y'all okay? What's going on here? Bella. Please.
Bella, you're one of the smartest people. I don't understand. Some of these things, it's just like they go right over your head. I don't get it. Anyway, I love the fact that Renesmee just, like, bites people when she doesn't get fed quick enough.
It's pretty good.
That's some good shit right there.
She reminded me of the youngest kid in the series of Unfortunate Events that just, like, bit everything.
Yo.
It's like baby Renesmee. Yeah.
Man, I love those books.
Yeah, man.
I used to read those books all the time when I was a kid. Fuck yeah. Man, let's talk about some other books.
You ever think about other books and realize that, wow, we're reading the worst books possible where we could be reading very good books?
Man, fuck these books.
Just burn down this podcast at the end of it. Just like,
but if we were reading good books, this podcast wouldn't be as funny as it is.
It's true. Be like, wow, we had so much fun. I'm having a great time. Nothing offended me or was just bad or poorly written.
Yeah, it would just be an okay show.
It'd be fine.
It would be okay. Nothing you would write home about.
No.
Nothing to write home to about. What the fuck am I saying? I hate this. Anyway, I am forever jealous of the fact that Seth can just think about sleeping and he's asleep. Like, dude, I would love that so much. I haven't been able to do that ever, but the only time I can ever think I was able to do that, I don't know where I'm going with this. The last time I was able to do that was on an airplane. That's the only time I can do that is on airplanes. Whoa,
you can sleep on an airplane?
Airplanes are the only time I can sleep.
Whoa, what a cruel fate you've been handed, my dude. What?
Airplanes are, when I sleep, the best.
What? How?
Because I have nothing else to do.
Unless you're fucking living it up in, like, first class style. I don't understand how you could possibly, like, do that comfortably.
Because I have nothing else to think about. Like, there's nothing else I can be doing.
I guess.
Like, I'm one of those people. Okay, I'm not going to talk about another episode of a podcast that recently just talked about this. But I pack my go bag full of shit, right? Like, I pack every single coloring book I own. I pack my Kindle full of shit. When I was younger, I packed, like, every single book I owned. Uh-huh. And I pack it all expecting that I'm going to fill my whole flight full of stuff and I'm going to be super productive. As soon as I get into an airplane, and airplanes are, like, where I'm at my best, I fall asleep. I sit, I love to get near the window, and it's like fucking a white noise machine. I'm out. It's the best sleep I get.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
I'm like, it's the perfect temperature of, like, sort of cold, sort of warm. I put my headphones in, and I'm out like a light. I love airplanes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. Man, I want to go on an airplane right now. If I could be on an airplane always and not get sick, fuck.
Oh my god.
I have a pro airplane. Maybe that's why I check them all the time, is I just want to know. Like, I mean, I want to make sure they don't fall at me at any given time, but, like, I also want to be on an airplane right now.
I want to be where the people are, in the
Literally.
sky.
Like, I want to be in the sky.
I was going to suggest you be a flight attendant, but I feel like you would just fall asleep uncontrollably and not be able to help anyone.
No, it'd be so bad for my skin.
Oh my god.
No, that's the thing. Like, I'll just put a sheet mask on and sleep. Like, I just want to sleep on an airplane all the time. Oh, man.
Fuck a bed. Fuck a house. Get me on an empty plane that's parked forever. Let me just sleep on it.
I know they're so bad for the environment, but, like, just let me sleep.
Instead of booking a hotel, you just do a round trip flight back to back. Sleep City.
Oh, man. Anyway, like...
You gotta stop talking about airplanes.
Oh, fucking airplane. But, like, fucking airplane.
This whole tangent was just after us talking about Seth being able to sleep. That's all that was.
Oh, man.
45 minutes of airplane talk.
Welcome to Into the Skies, you know what I mean?
Oh.
That's fine. Okay. There's this thing that Bella finds out that she didn't realize while she was, like, dead for a couple days. I didn't realize this. We could have talked about this during, like, Christmas and, like, well, Christ or whatever.
Jesus.
Like,
The Lord.
Like good old JC or whatever, but it's
My
fine.
home dog in the sky.
It was... Well, folks, there's your episode title.
If we have two Christmas adjacent titles back to back, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it.
This is a Christmas podcast.
Welcome to Into the JC, you know what I mean?
We need to stop.
Okay. So there's a lot of vampire shit that Bella didn't know.
It's apparently finding out for the first time.
Yeah, there's a lot that she didn't realize. One, like she didn't realize that... I don't know where I was going with this. Okay, all I can think about is airplanes now. It's fine. So there was a thing I was going to say. It was going to be really funny, but the first thing that she didn't know is time isn't real. The second thing that she didn't know is that the PAX that's going on with Jacob and Sam, they're, like, fine now.
Don't even worry about it.
It's, like, chill. It's all good. So Renesmee now, she can't be touched. And, like, we knew that as, like, the audience, right?
Right.
Because, one, the movie, but, like, two, before with Jacob. Bella didn't know that. She's been, like, scared this whole time. It's all good. Anyway, we find out now that Jacob, one, he's, like, the true alpha. Which, like, stop putting your dicks out. Like, it's the worst.
I'm the alpha-ist alpha.
Yeah. But also, they can, like, talk to each other now in their heads. It's not, like, how it used to be. Which, like, God, can you relate this more to, like, being in love and, like, in your exes and stuff? But it's more so, like, if they were talking out loud, but in their heads. Like, Stephanie, can you make this more convoluted? It's fine. Anyway, it's fine. Oh, man, I'm having some lemon water at, like, 8 a.m. Would recommend, by the way. Shout out. This episode's sponsored by lemon water.
Just the concept of lemon water.
Yeah.
Two basically free things.
Yeah.
Where we are.
Yeah. Just, just thought I would let that know. Anyway, so during all of this, Bella's like, oh yeah, lit. So everything's great. If that can happen, we can probably stay here, which means, you see all the arithmetic happening in Bella's brain. Then she's like, oh wait, Charlie, like my father, my dad, Chardash dad. Hey, remember him? And so we find out that during all this, Charlie has kept calling, which, like, can we just ponder on that for a moment? Like, during all of this, he's kept continuously calling the house and keeps calling Esme to find out about his daughter, which, like, understandably so, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You would want to find out, because during all this, he's assumed that she was overseas, and then she went to Atlanta, and that's where he thinks she is now. It's fine. And he just wants to know where his daughter is.
Yeah, that's
his
fair.
daughter
Fair.
that is death prone. Is she still alive? It's a fair question.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Just someone give me a straight answer. So now she is just trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what is the right thing to do here? Can I see my dad? And better question, is that allowed? Will I scare him away? What are the things to do here? Anyway, she's having this mini crisis while Jasper is like, hey, So you're starting to freak out. Can you not do that? Because you're kind of harsh in my vibe here.
Because I feel kind of like what you're feeling, and I don't want to feel what you're feeling, you know what I mean?
He's just over there, like, legs crossed, just, like, listening to an audiobook, and he's like, Bella, I need you to not.
Hey, Bella? Hey, sorry to bother you. Can you be less of a bummer? Thank you. Harsh in my vibe right now.
Literally. So she starts to ask Jasper some fair questions of, like, do we need to go to Atlanta? For realsies? Like, do we have to? And she just... And that's an important thing, actually. We have to remember during all this that her voice actually sounds like Belle's. I don't actually know.
Sorry?
I don't actually know what that would sound like, but that's an important thing to remember.
A soundboard of bells.
Fuck.
Not
Yes.
a human English language, but just bells.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
So then
I'm
she
surprised you
starts
weren't hired to do the sound design of these movies.
Jesus. Yeah.
Case, do I love your voice that you got going on here? But hear me out. What if bells?
More cowbell.
You just like brought bells with you and started just jangling them.
Then she starts to be like, oh shit. Well, if we leave, what about Jacob? Because this imprinting thing. And she's still very, like, not supportive about it. Which, like, same. Because...
Yeah, real.
Yeah. During all this, we see Carlisle come up, and he has, like, a tool belt with him.
Yes.
But it's, like, a fashionable tool belt. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Because it only has, like, tape and a scale in it. You know?
The literal bare essentials that you...
Yeah.
Things that are sort of, I guess, considered tools.
You know. Doctor tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to measure Nessie, and they do this to her every day, 4 times a day. And she's not happy about it. She's not angry about it. She's just bored. Yeah. She doesn't see the point. Now, during all this, Bella decides to go on this 4-page description rant of her daughter. And I wanted to take note of it because she describes her daughter as having backlit alabaster skin and cheeks that had rose petals against it, which, I mean, fine.
Sure.
Chase your bliss. Now, the thing that I was interested about this is she says there couldn't be anything wrong with such radiant beauty. And, well, you see...
Ma'am.
I couldn't there, though, is the thing. It just felt a little ethnocentric to me, is the thing.
What a beautiful porcelain baby doll I have. Can't do wrong.
There's just, this is the perfection of
this
beauty.
Is it. We've peaked. This is it. We've done it. My paper daughter.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought that was worth noting because Jacob is supposed to be, I think she described him once as having, like, russet colored skin, if I remember right. And so it's just like, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, they're worried about Nessie getting bigger every day. And she's like, no, my paper doll.
No, my Fabergé egg.
But Jake is like, well, she is slowing, so that's great. And they're all like, well, I mean, it's fine. Let's just stay in denial here. During all this, Nessie catches Bella up on everything that's been happening in her day. Like, literally everything that's been happening, including, like, birds and shit. So that's great. There was a moment where Renesmee gets, like, hungry or whatever, and they, like, take Nessie out of Bella's hands. And Bella was like, excuse me, first of all, that's
Sorry.
my kid. And Bella was fine, of course. So she gets Nessie back in her hands or whatever. And then Jasper McFreaking loses it again, right? And it's understandable, right, that he's having such a crisis because Edward describes it as having like a hard time adjusting because he was low-key kind of hoping that Bella would struggle as a first-year vampire to kind of make it easier on him. But she's not. And so Jazz is kind of...
She's perfect and great at being a vampire, whatever.
Yeah. And so Jazz is kind of all alone in this. And when they discuss it, Carlisle thinks that maybe this is her superpower. And I was curious on your thoughts about this. If you think this is her gift and what that means.
I feel like if it was her gift, like it, because we know Stephanie at this point, right? Like, she would make it very obvious, and I feel like this isn't it. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something else. Like, I feel like building up so much to her being a vampire, I feel like there's something, like, super cool or different or whatever. Not that she's just really good at handling herself or being a good vampire, like, right off the bat. Like, I just don't think that's enough. And I don't think that's what Steph would want. Like, the literal manifestation of herself after all these years to, like, wow, you're such, like, cool and talented and have this cool gift of just being fine.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, you don't think the exceptional self-control is the thing.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a cool human gift. I don't think it's like the coolest vampire thing to be able to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be a little bit of a letdown for Bella, given that was kind of her quote-unquote gift in her human life.
Right.
Kind of thing. But it does give her hope that she can see Charlie, maybe not right away, but soon, which is good. She knows that her eyes will make it be a little bit of a while, but that's always good. So that's nice. So she gets Renesmee back, and Renesmee continues going through all of her day and everything. And then Renesmee falls asleep, and Bella watches her dreams, which... I don't know how I feel about this. It just seems weird to me.
Yeah, like, why? Get out of there. Get out of there. That's not your brain. Get out of there.
I know.
Get out of there.
Yeah, it just felt
what are you
weird.
Doing?
Yeah, I was...
You're not supposed to be in there.
Yeah, it felt very weird to me, personally.
Yeah.
This is her unconscious brain. What are you doing?
Right. It's not that you could really be super, I guess, invasive of just a fresh out the womb kind of kid, but like maybe not. Yeah.
It was weird. I was like, you can just like literally watch her sleep, but don't peep in that dome piece. Like, get out of there.
Get out of it.
Anyway, she's watching her child sleep, and then Jacob and Seth are also sleeping, and Edward says, finally, which, like, okay. And outside, Alice and Esme and Emmett and Jasper, they all come back inside, and we see them all grinning. And Alice holds out a key to Bella and squeals, "Happy birthday." And Bella, of course,
dies on the spot.
Like, literally, surprisingly, despite her immortality, just crumbles to the ground. It's so wild. I didn't realize that this could happen, but she just passes out, you guys. I don't know what's going on. But it's her actual birthday. It's September 13th.
Here we are.
And it's her 19th birthday, and that's how chapter 23 ends.
Pew, pew, pew.
So chapter 24, surprise. Bella's pissed.
Bella's so mad.
She is furious. She is insistent that she stopped aging 3 days ago. She's like, I'm 18 forever. I can't believe you're doing this.
I can't believe you're embarrassing me like this.
Yeah.
Making me a haggard old woman.
Literally.
I'm 19.
Fuck, you could not pay me enough to go back. So she has presents. So she's got the key from Alice, and then she has another key from Edward, which she assumes is her after car. Yes. So
this is the car we fuck in.
No. So they finally decide that they're going to do Alice's gift first and wait to do Edward's gift after, because Edward wants to wait to do the aftercar when Jacob and Seth are awake so that someone can appreciate it. And I was like, oh my God, Edward, you're the worst. But same. We find out that Nessie has never been set down. Like, she just is only ever in someone's arms. And I was like, damn, she must be a water sign. Like,
just constant coddling.
I mean, she's not a water sign, but I was just like, but it's fine.
It was just like a bit, what we call in the business, it was called a little bit of a goof.
Hey, I don't know if you've all ever heard of like a joke. It's fine.
Hey guys, just wanted to talk about this new thing I invented called jokes. I think it's called comedy.
Oh my God.
It's this cool, fun thing I'm doing now. Let me know what you like. What do you think?
Hey, we have these comment cards. I'll just leave one of those.
I'll just pass them out to everyone listening. Look under your chair. There's one there. Just get it.
Oh God, I hate this. Okay, so during all of this, Emmett's just like screaming. He's just like, he's laughing. He's not just like blood curdling. No, if he ever just like screamed, I'd be terrified. I would like pass out. So we find out during all this, surprisingly, Bella still hates surprises.
What?
Shocking turn of events. But she's like happy that she still hates surprise. Like, that's a very Bella thing to do. She's like, I'm still so much of myself.
Wow.
So during all this, they like hop, skip, and jump over this creek and shit. It's like really cute. I don't know. It's the worst thing. It's just like
only you would interrupt saying it's cute by saying it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Fucking Gemini.
I literally didn't even realize that I did that. But yeah, that's some real shit. So Bella's got her sniffer turned up to like 5, and she's like, damn, I smell honeysuckle and smoke. Wow.
Wait, is the scale out of 5? What is the number we're reaching? What is the max here? Is 5 the max?
It's actually out of 4, surprisingly.
Oh, wow. A cool, interesting scale. A real Roger Ebert scale. But past that.
And she smells roses and sawdust. Oh, and also metal. And earth? Wow.
Whoa.
She leaned in to the mystery. It's like, shut up, Stephanie. I hate this. But during all this, she finds a stone cottage that they all built for her and Edward and her little family, which is great. So they gave them a house for her birthday. It's really great and perfect. During all this, we find out, and it's important to remember that this has all been in a day. Like, these past, 15 chapters have all been in a day, which is great. Now, it's important, as you get into this cottage, Stephanie wants you to remember that, quote, it was furnished in eclectic pieces, not one of them matching another, but harmonious just the same. Stephanie, shut up. Now you're on some HGTV bullshit right here. I love it, but also stop.
Also,
because she continues to say, quote, a place where you just expected Snow White to walk in with her apple in hand, or a unicorn to stop and nibble at the rose bushes. I read this. I had to read this.
I had this spoken into my ears.
And I just made other people listen to this. Stop.
It was bad.
So anyway, they go through the house, they do all this tour and stuff, and then, folks, they have sex for like 12 hours.
Like, so much sex. It's
the
great.
most amount. It's pretty good. It's pretty great.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time they're having sex as when they're both vampires, right?
That is true.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
They can really go hog wild on this one.
Yes. One of my favorite things is, like, later on in this chapter when Bella says, well, it wasn't the first time we'd spoken, but we weren't exactly keeping a conversation up either. And I was like, bitch, yes. Yeah, it's good. It's some good shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. She talks about the fact that Bella even asks, like, how do you, like, does this ever, how do we stop this? Because
how do we know when we're done?
Because if we don't get tired and we don't sleep and we don't get like, how do you just not, is the thing. So Edward says that, like, Rose and Emmett were the worst. Like, it took them a decade before we could ever, like, be around them. And then the chapter ends with them just continuing to do the damn thing.
Here's a question.
Answer.
Thanks. Do vampires come?
That is a very important question.
Because I feel like that would be a good signifier of, like, oh, we're finished. Like, we've finished this. Like, the sex is over. This is done. Because otherwise, like, you could go on forever.
Now, I have a second question for you, then.
For sure. Yeah, hit me up.
If vampires... I can't believe this is being recorded. If vampires don't ejaculate...
Yeah. How
did Bella get pregnant, Cody?
Listen, we were having this discourse with Coffee with Rachel, and really none of us still had any answers, so...
So I would say yes, Cody, they do.
Great. Well, then I feel like it should have been mentioned in the conversation of how do we stop fucking. I feel like that should have been brought up.
Well, I don't feel like...
Oh, yeah?
Well, I don't want to get too deep in the paint here, Cody, but I don't think that ejaculation means stopping sex for some people.
I mean, for most people, that's the white flag. I'm like, okay, we're done here.
For some people...
What is your end game here? What are you trying to say here?
I'm saying that these aren't people.
Oh my god. That's not... God.
Don't you love 2018 discourse?
I feel like the conversation we're trying to have here is when do they stop having sex? And I feel like if in this fucking universe where vampires come, then that would be a telltale sign to stop. That is my point. That is the whole thing I'm trying to say here.
Then yes, but as you will find out at the start of the next chapter, they're
still fucking.
As you will see through the rest of this novel, they actually are for always, sort of always having sex.
But also, have we not learned, like, they at least have to change out condoms, because if they're not wearing condoms at this point, like, guys, get it together, figure it out. There's at least an intermission, you know what I mean?
Yes. This episode is sponsored by lemon water.
Great. Well, anyway.
Yeah, you'll find out in the next chapter. They talk about it a little bit more. And next week, those chapters are chapter 25, Favor, and chapter 26, Shiny. It's going to be lit. Now, I don't know if you can tell on our Google Doc, but I have crossed out a certain component of our Google Doc, and I didn't really want to bring it up, but I just thought that I'd bring it up because some people they didn't leave us any iTunes reviews, which is fine. It's fine. So it's fine.
No, I don't think it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I think we have some fake fans.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know you don't want to say it because I feel like you're polite, but it's fine. I'll say it for you. I'll take the burden. Y'all suck.
I mean, this episode is brought to you by some hot tea and lemon water.
But especially lemon water. But is the lemon water hot?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm not in the theater, Cody.
Sorry? What? Excuse me? What?
I said what I said.
But did it make any sense?
No.
Okay.
No, I said what I said.
Okay.
I'm standing in whatever I'm in.
Great.
Now, one thing worth mentioning before I delve into the fantastic Super 6 patrons that we have, is we got some changes coming to our Patreon.
Bitch. Oh, bitch.
So, good shit. Not scary
Yeah.
shit. Good shit.
Yeah, don't even hold
Don't
on to your
even.
butts. It's gonna be okay.
Don't even stress.
Oh,
Get hype, actually. So, that's good. So, that's exciting. Get hype. It's all good. For our $25 patron, Rachel Swan,
oh.
thank you for being here. You're the best.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yes. For our $10 patron, Rachel Black,
Hey,
you're awesome. Thank you.
hey.
Jessica Stanley,
Ow.
you're fantastic. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Katie Weber,
Ooh.
hi. Thank you. Jessica Hale,
Hey.
you're awesome. Thank you so much. Ems Yuli,
Wow.
awesome. You're the best.
Yeah.
Thanks. I think I said everybody. I don't.
Yeah,
I can't read.
Should I black
Okay.
out for a second?
Yeah. The woos and the ahs, they make me so hype. I just can't. I can't read.
Just high up
sometimes.
the energy, man.
Literally. Hoy. Okay. I have a holiday special for you.
Great. It never ends.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. This is the last day that I get to bring out the candlelights energy from you. So this is titled New Year's Eve by Jenna Nevermore. It was published on December 31st, 2008.
Great.
And the summary is Bella's alone at home during New Year's Eve. Who will come to cheer her up? It was edging on 9 p.m. Here I was, sitting home alone on New Year's Eve. Even Charlie had plans with Billy tonight. He offered to bring me along, but I really wasn't in the mood for going to push. All I really wanted was to sit around in my scruffy little PJs watching TV with a spoon in one hand and a pint of Ben & Jerry's in the other. All my other friends had plans with their boyfriends or whatever, but I was perfectly content here alone with my lovebirds, Ben and Jerry. Yep, I was just peachy. Okay, maybe I was lying to myself. What I really wanted was to be out with everyone else, having a great time with my boyfriend, as if he existed, just partying all night without a care in the world. But I guess that was impossible. I didn't have a boyfriend, and even though I got plenty of offers from other people to hang out tonight, I would just feel like a third wheel. It sucks being single, but I've dealt with it for 17 years, so I could make it through one more. I thought of last year's New Year's with Renee and Phil in Phoenix. There wasn't any snow on the ground there, but we made it festive by putting up chili pepper lights Phil found in the garage. I thought they were corny, but it got the job done, and watching the fireworks at midnight. Despite just being with my mom and Phil that night, it was actually pretty fun. Much more than I was having now. I sighed. Reminiscing about past years wasn't helping my situation. My depressing, miserable, and lonely situation. When I heard my spoon scrape the bottom of the container, I got up from the couch and shuffled into the kitchen to throw away my little remains of the ice cream in the container and wash my spoon. End scene.
Cute.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry.
Shout out to Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, I love their love.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. I love it.
Yay.
Yay. As we say in Forks.
Get bit.
Hey. This is an Earbud Media production. You can follow the network on Twitter at Earbud Media. You can also follow this show at Into the Twilight almost everywhere, or check out our Tumblr at intothetwilight.show. Our wonderful artwork is done by Maddie Padilla, who you can find at YourGhostHost44 on Instagram. Our music is done by Eli Krause, who you can find at krausefilms.com. The intro and outro was done by KB__Smith on Twitter. You can follow Allie at Into Wild Places, and you can follow me at Dyke Discourse. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Hey Dan,
Hey, what's up, John?
I just wanted to confirm that we were recording Monday.
Yes.
What are we recording for?
Oh, it's our new podcast.
Our podcast, the Strange Little People one.
Strange
right?
Little People, yeah.
Yeah, the one on Earbud Media Productions.
Mm-hmm. You can find it on YouTube. You can listen to it.
The one that we update every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, dude.
When we have new guests all the time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah, and we talk about current events and stuff.
People should listen to it, right? Like,
Yeah,
It's something cool.
I think people would like it. I mean, you don't have to, but I hope you would.
Did you put out the ad yet? The flyers?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now as we speak.
No, you're sitting down. You're
No, this is happening right now as we speak.
John, why did my hand just go through you?
Oh my god.
John.
We'll talk about it next week.